¿Entienden? So we have to understand that drugs will only turn that light off, but will not fix the problem. Okay? All right. So within the medical language, anything and everything that ends in itis is an inflammation. And we have here colitis, dermatitis, diverticulitis, hepatitis, appendicitis, bursitis, cystitis, dermatitis, phlebitis, rhinitis, tendinitis, tonsillitis, vasculitis, pancreatitis, prostatitis, gastritis, periodontitis, carditis, and all these itises are getting me sick already. Too many of them. So you guys see that there are a lot of itises out there, right? Anything that's an inflammation is an itis. So you guys can appreciate that most conditions out there, they all begin as an inflammatory process, including and not limited to cancer, Alzheimer's, heart disease or conditions, even strokes, heart attacks. They all begin as an inflammation. See my pattern where we're going? Okay? And not only this, but also autoimmune conditions like irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, rheumatoid arthritis, celiac, sprues, fibromyalgia, and MS. Actually, you know, you guys will be surprised that just simply doing some of the simple things I'm going to be saying and telling you guys today, you guys will be able to work with a lot of these conditions. And let me tell you something. If you guys understand the pathophysiology of a lot of these conditions and how they begin and how they start, you'll be able to start treating all of these. Okay? For example, I have one of my employees at the clinic has MS or multiple sclerosis. Okay? And she is almost at a stage where most doctors would have told her or have been telling her that you shouldn't be walking at this point. But she's doing a lot of the things we're going to be talking about today. And she is living a perfectly normal life. No MS symptoms at all whatsoever. By simply doing simple things. Okay? And we're going to be talking about these. Now, autoimmune conditions is when the body starts attacking its own self. Now, you guys have to keep in mind that autoimmune conditions come as a result of an inflammatory process that begins as an inflammatory process in the body. Like, for instance, dame acá lo de la naranja. Let's say, for instance, you guys eat an orange. Okay? You guys eat an orange, and an orange is known to be high in what? Vitamin C. Okay? So when you guys come in and just eat that orange, it'll go through your gastrointestinal system, and it'll be absorbed by your gastrointestinal system. And here we have here an orange. Okay, and I'm referring to the Encyclopedia of Foods and Their Healing Powers. Okay, and you can see here they have a graph here And this graph here shows all the vitamins and all the things that this orange has. And you see the highest one, the largest and the longest one is vitamin C. Okay? It doesn't mean that an orange only has vitamin C. It means that it has a lot of vitamin C on top of all the others. Okay? So now your vitamin C is being pulled from that orange you just took in your gastrointestinal system, and it's going through the arterial system, and it comes up to a, let's say, a bone cell. And when it comes up to that bone cell, it wants to go into the cell, but it has to ask permission before it goes in. And in bone, it's known to use a lot of what kind of mineral? Calcium. So does it mean that it doesn't use vitamin C? No, it means that it mostly uses calcium. It's the most it uses. So let's say once you come inside that cell, let's say this is the inside of the cell, that means that all of these seats are available mostly for calcium. Okay? And maybe 3 are available for vitamin C. So vitamin C, it's outside and wants to come in. So the first thing it does is, hello? I say, yes, can I help you? He said, yeah, it's me, vitamin C. Can I come in? And bone cell looks around and says, well, there are only 3. They're all taken, so no, I don't need you right now. I don't need you right now. So then, okay, so vitamin C just keeps on going, and it comes up to an immune system cell. And now we know that immunity or immune system cells, they use a lot of vitamin C, right? Okay, so it comes up there, and again, it knocks on the door, and says, yes, can I help you? Yes, it's me, vitamin C. It's, oh, welcome. There's plenty of seats available for vitamin C. And it doesn't mean that immune system doesn't use any other, because it uses vitamin A, vitamin B, and other vitamins. But the most it uses is vitamin C or ascorbic acid, okay, or citric acid. All right, so comes in, fantastic. Okay, so that's the way usually vitamins come in to the body, and so do minerals and other nutrition that comes into the cells, okay? But in the same manner, like this morning, this lady was talking with regards to environmental toxins. You guys remember that this morning? And I was like, oh, wow, she should have spoken and talked about that this afternoon, not in the morning. But let me tell you something. Using deodorant contains a lot of what? Aluminum. And actually, carpets and rugs, they contain a lot of chemicals, harsh chemicals. And when they put those carpets in, those are really, really bad for our system. Actually, it can actually impede and reduce the immunity in our immune system like horribly. And even to the level of brain, actually, the brain barrier capacity there, it can actually affect your brain in a lot of ways that we're not going to go into at this moment, but it does. But the thing is that all of these things will slowly start creeping in the same way that vitamins come into your body. Toxins also want to come in your cells. Okay? So when toxins come in, they also knock on your door in the same way vitamins do. Okay? So when you have a toxin coming in, and you have the toxin come in, knock on your door, and then you see something like this on your door. Who's that? Who's that? That's the Grinch. Now, are you going to let the Grinch in your house? No. No, I don't want the Grinch coming into my house. So guess what? The cells in your body know that those are toxins. So what happens when the Grinch or toxins come in to your cell or trying to come in? they call 911. You're calling 911 for sure. I would too. So one way for the body or for the cells to respond against toxins is they become inflamed. They go through inflammation, and inflammation responds, and all these inflammatory factors are the ones that attract 911 or cells, the immune cells, the immunity to come in and check to see what's going on. But when they come around there and they come with their flashlights looking around, okay, they come around and they ask, hey, who are you? Oh, don't worry about me. I'm just their cousin. They're my cousins. They just don't know I'm around. I just want to give them a surprise. It's, oh, so you're a cousin? Yes, I'm a cousin. Don't worry about it. Yes, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. So 911 turns around and leaves. And now the Grinch comes back. Let me in. The cell comes again and calls 911 again. And when they call 911, police comes back, checking around. Hey, you, get over here. It's, no, they're my cousins. And then the cell says, no, they're not. He's not my cousin. He said, yes, I'm your cousin. No, you're not. Okay, so forget about it. I'm going to take all of you guys, and takes them out. So what's the analogy of this? The analogy of this is that toxins wrap around cells, mimicking and pretending that they are part of the cell. And the cell feels totally and completely uncomfortable, and to take that uncomfortability off, they become swollen and they go inflamed. And that inflammation actually is the key portion of the trigger to call the immune cell. And then when the immune cell comes in, they see this and they don't understand what's going on. So since they don't understand what's going on, they see something that doesn't look right. So what they do is they go in and they just kill the whole cell. See what I'm saying? Now, we have two things going on here: toxicity and inflammation. Inflammation is the process by which the body calls immunity. Immunity comes in and destroys. Now we just started the body attacking its own self. You have an autoimmune condition. Okay? Now, if we work, listen to this closely, if we work with inflammation, we can avoid the body attacking its own self just by simply working with inflammation. Done. Isn't that cool? Isn't it amazing? So how do we reduce inflammation so that therefore the symptoms, okay, we're not curing the condition yet, so that the symptoms that we're getting from autoimmune conditions are not there? We're going to talk about that in just a second. Okay? Sounds good? All right. So now, there are certain factors that make or produce inflammation. These are pro-inflammatory authors. We got lactic acid, histamine, prostaglandins, leukotrienes, tryptamines, bradykinin, cytokines, cyclooxygenases, and so on. When you guys go to your medical doctor and you guys ask your doctor, listen, I got this inflammation going on, my knee hurts, my back hurts, whatever it is that's going on. I got some allergies. I got whatever it is that's going on, and they're giving you something. Okay, most of it, it's cyclooxygenase that they're giving you, a COX-2 inhibitor. Okay, so you're trying, or they're trying to block most of these authors. Okay, so when you take an anti-inflammatory or an NSAID, a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory. That's what you're trying to reduce. Okay? Now my question to you guys is, so are these good or are these bad? So I hear someone saying good, others people saying bad. Well, guess what? Tell me. You say it's bad. So guess what? Other people tell me out here, I see on this side, they're saying it's good. They're both good and bad. Because, like I said at the beginning, if you guys don't have inflammation, you guys can't have healing. So you got to have a good amount or a low amount of these pro-inflammatory factors, because it's important. When you guys have inflammation, they have to be there present. But if there are too many numbers, that's bad. Okay? Lactic acid, for instance, that's what really reminds me of is when I was in Puerto Rico and I used to go to summer camp. I loved going to summer camp because when I went to summer camp, I would meet girls out in summer camp. I loved meeting girls out there. And I still remember when I started going to summer camps when I was 12, 13 years old. And summer camp would last only or about a week. And I remember that by, I think it was Thursday or Wednesday, we had a banquet. And at that banquet, I had to take a girl out. And it was really stressful. I don't know, you're saying yes. That was the case with you guys too? Yeah? So it was really stressful for the guys because the guys would have to ask a girl out. And then, you know, I would go around and say, hey, are you going to the banquet? And say, yes. Somebody said, would you like to go with me? No. You know, I was a scrawny guy, I was skinny. And so I was not good at many things. I could play my violin, you know, but I don't think it was good for me to go play the violin to all the girls out there and see which one would go out with me, you know. So what I started doing as I got a little bit older, so by the time I was 15, 16 years old, what I started to do is I started to go after the guys that, you know, that were smooth, you know, were talking to all the girls. And I would go and check out, okay, I like this girl, and this guy is talking to that girl, so I'm going to talk with this guy. I say, hey, you going to take that girl out? He says, yeah, okay, all right, so let's do something. Let's play basketball. You play basketball? No? Okay, so I would say, okay, you play basketball? Yeah, okay, so let's go play basketball. Whoever wins takes the girl out. Deal? And I'm like, okay, all right, so okay, some other times it will be like running. We would run. And then if you win, you take the girl. But if I win, I take the girl out. So what? Well, but you know, that was a deal. That was a deal. But yeah, good, huh? But then one day I'm doing that, and then I found this guy. That was this girl I really liked. It was this girl I really liked a lot. And I'm out there, I saw this guy that was talking to this girl a lot, and I was like really jealous. And I talked to the dude, and he said, hey, you planning on taking this girl out to the banquet? And he said, yeah, I'm planning on taking her to the banquet. I said, all right, so why don't we do something? Why don't we run or play basketball or something for her, and whoever wins takes her out? And he's like, nope. Let's do push-ups for her. He was a big guy. He was a big guy. So I had nothing to lose. I said, okay, no problem. So he starts out there, and he goes down the floor, and he starts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Oh, I'm done. I was done. I was out. So, all right. So, okay. So I go there and I start, all right. I go down and I start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I was done. And right there, when I was at 16, the girl that I liked walked right in front of me. So she was right there. She just came right in front of me. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 30. Taking you to the banquet. The problem was next day. I still remember when I woke up, the guys came out, "Hey, Lester, don't touch me. Don't touch me." What happened there? I was in pain. Who? Lactic acid. You're very correct. That's lactic acid. That's overproduction of their body that turned pyruvates and turned pyruvates into lactic acid. Too much lactic acid creation. Now the problem is that if those lactic acid persist and stay there, eventually that pain is going to become from being acute into chronic. And that's what we want to avoid. So therefore, those numbers of acidity have to be low. How do we achieve that? With what we eat. With what we eat. So those out there on the right side, those are sprouted beans that I did myself. And these are green beans. I just took a picture of some green beans, but I sprouted those. How do you achieve maintaining low levels of acidity in your food? By sprouting your grains. But not just simply sprouting them, because the problem is that now you're going to tell me, "Oh, Dr. Carrera, I don't want to eat sprouts." Well, guess what? I don't either. Because I'm still Puerto Rican. And I still want my arroz con habichuela. Say it. Arroz. So I still want my rice and beans. Now, but this is the interesting thing of what I found. Here we go. While I was a professor at Daytona State College, I got in with a botanist. And I started talking with her with regards to grains that cause inflammation, and she's never heard about that. And then I started researching and talking with her, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm surprised." And it makes sense. So she gave me 2 thick books on grains in their dormant state. And this is the interesting thing. Listen to this. When you have a bean or a seed and you have it on a table, you have it here on a table, how long can that bean be there without sprouting? A long time. It can be centuries, literally, tons of hundreds, even thousands of years. Can you repeat that? Yes. Yes. That's exactly where I'm going. So, if You have those beans here. They can be thousands of years and not even sprout. Now, while I was studying, was looking, the factors that maintain and keep the grains or seeds from sprouting are these. But the minute you guys put beans or grains or seeds in water, they sprout. So all of these pro-inflammatory factors start oozing out. So what you do is you put those beans in water for over 24 hours in water. Okay, not 8 hours, not 12, over 24 hours. Some beans or some grains have to be longer because they're bigger. Like, for instance, chickpeas are bigger. Lentils are smaller, therefore it's less. Lentils will sprout pretty quick. Chickpeas take a little bit longer, but an average of about 24 hours. You put them in water, but now you have to drain the water out at least 3 times during that period of 24 hours. So that means that every 8 hours, you got to drain the water out and throw it away. I was in Ocala years ago giving a seminar, and while I was giving a seminar, I said, well, that water, just put it in your plants, and that way you can just use that water at least a little bit. And this guy comes out from the church, one of the guys, and says, Dr. Carrero, you should not give that water, not even to plants, because those acids that cause inflammation, those are natural acids that seeds use to maintain other plants from growing. So literally, that water you're putting into the plant is actually killing your plant. Not only killing you, but killing the plant. And then he gave me his business card, and he happened to be a professor at the University of Florida, Department of Food and Agricultural Science. That's exactly where she works at. She's a professor there. So, I was surprised. So therefore, don't even put that to your plants. You throw that water away, and that's it. And now you put new water, okay? And then you wait another 8 hours. For example, if you come in today at home, you go to at 6 o'clock, you guys put some water on your beans. Tomorrow morning, you wake up and you throw that water away. And then about 8 hours later, you throw that water away again, and you leave it there. And then tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, those beans are ready to start cooking. And one interesting thing that you guys are going to find out is that that process of sprouting has begun. You guys have heard that eating bread or wheat is not good, but eating or drinking wheat grass is good. So what's the difference? One is sprouted and the other one isn't. So the thing is that when you have a grain that has sprouted, that one is alive. Okay? I'm going to read to you here something here that from Encyclopedia of Foods and Their Healing Powers. Normally, we eat beans because beans contain a lot of what? Protein. Listen to this. Listen to what happens. Listen to what happens. Once you guys start the sprouting process on any grain or any of these seeds, okay, or legumes. Now they're no more longer, good or high in protein because you have protein in there. It is there. But also, it's high on fiber because now they become fibrous. They are high now on vitamin B1, B2, B3 or niacin, B6, folate. It's got vitamin C. It's got calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, iron, potassium, zinc. That became a super bean. This is the beans now that Superman eats. Capiche? Isn't this amazing? Was God ever wrong? Was the Bible ever wrong? Never. One thing I found is the fact or the way that humans started, doing that means that these beans were not ever intended to be eaten dry. They were always intended to be eaten green. So green beans, you don't have to sprout them because they're already green, they're alive. Understand? And then other people ask me, hey, Dr. Carrero, well, how about canned beans? What do you say about that? All right. So I'm not going to say anything about canned beans. I'm just going to tell you how they're canned. That's all I'm going to do. Tell me back there first and then you. You don't have the chance to sprout them. That's correct. They have already been cooked. That's true. The way? For rice? Man, you're going 100 miles per hour, bro. I'm going to talk about rice in a little bit. I will. I promise you. I'm still Puerto Rican. Yeah. Of course, they add additives and they add preservatives and they add other things. Now, but this is just, I'm going to tell you exactly how beans are canned, okay? So you have a big conveyor belt, okay? And then that conveyor belt is working, just going on its own. And then suddenly you add a can. And the can is empty, okay? It has no wrapping, it has nothing, it's just empty. And it's going through the conveyor. And then suddenly they drop some beans in there. Click, 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 click. They are not cooked. They're dry. And then later on through the conveyor, they add water. And that water, they have added salt and they have added additives and preservative and all the other things. And they add the water. And now once they add the water, they seal it. And once they seal it, they steam it. And once they steam it, they cook it. And on its way to the supermarket, they finish cooking because they have already put the wrap on it. And once it gets to the supermarket, they're cooked. Done. That means that those beans have all the pro-inflammatory factors. They are all in there. That's why, listen to this carefully, that's why when some people go to certain restaurants, oh, those foods in there, they didn't set well on my stomach. But they go to their home cooking, their mom or whatever, and they cook out there because they at least put it in water for at least a little bit. They add more love to it, and it sets a little bit better or better. They say, oh, I think I'm going to have to maybe quit eating beans. No. Start doing this. One of my students at Daytona State College, they had Crohn's disease and irritable bowel syndrome. Usually Crohn's and irritable bowel syndrome, they go hand in hand. They started doing this, and within 2 weeks, they were symptom-free. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. That's not to say that everybody's going to go through the same thing in 2 weeks, but, okay. Now, some people tell me, Lester, but, having to sprout this is just kind of like, it's a little too much. Well, what I do is I sprout them, and then just put them in bags, and then put them in the freezer. Ah, cool, huh? Easy peasy, lemon squeeze. Oh, and one thing you're going to find out. Listen to this. Once you cook these beans, they're going to cook much quicker, faster, and they're going to set really nice on your stomach. Do the test. Meaning that you're going to do digestion very easy, and you're going to be hungry quicker, faster, because your body was able to digest and absorb much easier all of this. So this means that The same bean that yesterday made you sick, today this bean will heal you. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? So God was never wrong. God has a purpose for all of it. And his medicine is the best medicine there is, not ours. Yes?
Beans and rice. Okay.
Rice and beans, yeah.
Okay. I think what gives the color in the when you do the bean, rice and peas or beans and rice? Because I think the color, for example, the red kidney beans, I think is what gives it the color. And to me, the color is very important. Okay, so how would we get the color if after you have soaked it like 3 times?
It doesn't lose the color.
So
It won't lose the color.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll keep the color. Now, okay, just keep in mind that, you know, if you want to sprout it beyond that, you're creating a salad. I don't want a salad. I still want my rice and beans because at that point, see, they're still red, and they maintain their color. Actually, they look even better. Now, a lot of people used to say, "Oh, that bean went bad because it's now sprouted." No, that's the best part of it. And then sometimes so it looks like it has worms. No, it's actually sprouted. It's the healthy beans. Now, when you cook your beans, what do you add to your beans? What do you add to them? What else? Okay, so I got Mike.
Coconut juice
Okay,
and seasoning.
like what? What
Like,
kind of seasoning you add?
Like sometimes garlic,
Yeah, garlic,
scallion,
scallions,
thyme,
thyme,
and maybe onions
onions.
and a little
All right, let me ask you
seasoning.
something. Is garlic good? What is garlic good for? It's what? It's a natural antibacterial. Yes, it's an anti-inflammatory as well. Now, what is onions good for? What is onions good for? You guys know? The what? You know what? Because it's got some kind of it's an antigen that's got that helps reduce the factors that create colon cancer. Okay? So the more onions you eat, the less possibility of attaining colon cancer you guys are going to have. So, is onions good? Absolutely. So, thyme. What is thyme good for? The what? More bacteria, yes. And those people that add oregano. Is oregano good? Absolutely. Oregano is antifungal. It's absolutely amazing. Actually, you know what I do with oregano oil? Listen to this. People that have ear infections, earache, you put equal parts or 1-to-1 ratio of oregano oil to any other oil, whether it's extra virgin olive oil or any other oil, 1-to-1 ratio, and you put 2 drops in the ear with a little cotton ball at night. Done. No, not outside. Inside. Okay? Not outside, inside the ear. Okay? So now, those beans that she's using, how do you call it, beans or peas? Beans. Superman comes every now and then to your house. He eats those, right? Because that's what Superman eats. Sprouted beans that have been done that way. Okay? Yes. Of course. But now, Like I said, I've been telling other people, don't if you want to sprout them beyond that point, you may, but at that point you basically have a salad. Okay? Now, oh yeah. Yeah, well, you guys know that actually onions are very well known also to treat problems with the lungs. People that have that want to have it as an expectorant, it's absolutely amazing. Okay, so even people that have earaches, they put a semi-cooked onion and they put it on the ear as well. Okay, I've had people do that before. All right. So now I've got my beans. Any questions with regards to the beans? Because we're about to start talking about the rice. How many types of rices are out there? There is brown rice, yellow rice, white rice, wild black rice, basmati rice. There is red yeast rice. There's so many kinds of rice. I mean, there's too many to count. Too many to count. So which of those rices are the best rices to eat and consume? Brown rice, it is correct. Now, why is brown rice the best type of rice? But let me tell you something. I don't like brown rice. I don't like brown rice too much. It's okay. I eat it. But it has to be cooked well in order for me to like brown rice. But it's not like brown rice, yay, my favorite. No. I would say that the most popular rice out there is absolutely white rice. Now, what's the problem with white rice? The what? The processing. Yes. So what is it about the processing that white rice is not good? Yes. Yes, did you hear that? The best part of the rice is stripped away. Literally stripped away. So what happens is, let's say you guys have a rice and you get the seed, and what happens with the seed is that they will like polish it. Literally, it goes through a process where they take the peel, they throw it out, and only the starchy part of the rice stays. And then they pass it through, or they put it through a process where it'll whiten the rice even more. And the thing is that what's only left is just simply starch. That's it. No nutrition, no, way to the body to have its minerals, nothing. Absolutely nothing. And they give this rice to companies, and then these companies, what they add is they add a powdered form of enhancement that they add to it that contain vitamins and calcium and other things. And then you read on the label that says enriched rice. And now you come home and you pour the rice in there and you wash it and throw the water away, and any possibility of nutrition it had just went down the drain, literally. So sometimes you see that powder that it has, that's what they add at the manufacturing companies. Okay? Now, if you guys want to avoid that, the best type of rice to eat is simply brown rice. But there's another rice. There's another rice out there. Oh, there was a test done on chickens. Listen to this. And what kind of vitamins rice contain that are really high on rice? It's vitamin B's. It's mostly. So rice has a lot of vitamin B's. And it's got some magnesium phosphorus also, but mostly vitamin B's, and it's got a lot of carbohydrates. A lot of carbohydrates. Okay? A lot of it. So a lot of energy in there. But now, this is the thing. That what they used to do is they would give rice to chickens, and chickens would get sick. And then what they would do is they would give the peel of the rice, they would give it to the chickens. And once they gave the peel of the rice to the chickens would heal. And it rhymes, right? So they gave him the peel and they heal. That was the medicine. And they found out that the nutritious part of the rice lies within the peel, not the inside of the rice, not the starchy part. But the interesting thing about this whole thing is that I found a rice that is in between brown rice and white rice. And that rice is called parboiled rice. Because the process by which the rice goes through, they allow it to ripen enough so that the starchy part can take that nutritious part of the peel inside the starchy part of the rice. And now I can enjoy white, nutritious rice. Sounds good? Yes, ma'am. Okay, is it parboiled? Yes. Good. That's it. When are you inviting me home? Okay, so now we have our rice and beans. So if we mix this rice and beans, mi arroz con habichuela. Yes, I'm happy now. So this professor never took my rice and beans away. I'm still happy. I'm still happy. So now that I have rice and beans, what's left? I'm vegetarian, but arroz con habichuela y pollo. Chicken, right? All right, so let's talk about eggs. Whole grain rice, which is the brown rice, yes. Yes. Yeah, same thing. Mm-hmm. Yes. No, you don't soak that. Yeah, you don't. It's a little different. Okay. So eggs. What came first, egg or the chicken? What? I don't know. I don't know. You guys are complicated because every church that I go to, they always tell me it's a chicken. You know, and I just don't understand. Why the chicken? Why, you know? There's, you know, in the science world, that's a big question. Which one came first, the egg or the chicken? You know? And you guys, it's just like automatic. It's just, oh, chicken. It's just of course. What? What? Of course. God made the chicken first. There's no question to it. So, now that that's solved, it's finally solved, egg or the chicken. Now let's find out what eggs contain, right? So, I'm going to read again to you guys from the book Foods and Their Healing Powers. So what do eggs have? Let's see. They have a lot of protein. In one egg, of a 100-gram egg, it contains 12.5 grams of protein. It's got vitamin A, vitamin B, niacin, and it's got something that a lot of vegetarians that are vegetarians, not vegans, but vegetarians, are lacking, which is vitamin B12. Correct. So eggs have B12, okay? And they have calcium, iron, zinc. They have saturated fat, and they have a lot of cholesterol. That's correct. Now, let me ask you guys, what kind of cholesterol do eggs have? Are they the good cholesterol or they have the bad cholesterol? That's just a... So how do you know it's bad and how do you know it's good? How do we know if an egg has good cholesterol or has bad cholesterol? How do we know? It's easy. It's simple. Just ask the chicken what she ate. Based on what the chicken ate, you'll know if the egg is good or it's bad. Listen to this. If the chicken only ate grains, meaning corn, that egg is not good. It's not good. Now, if that chicken, it ate some corn, but it mostly ate a lot of seeds, grass, and ate some worms, and ate some insects. That's the good egg. Yes. And a lot of people go, ew. No. Those are the good eggs. Yes. What if the chicken ate chicken meat? So meaning that it became a cannibal and ate? That's not good. Okay, can you repeat that again? Okay, we got to remember that an egg is a cell. One cell. Go ahead. Correct.
Where the chickens are and they lay eggs, more than likely they're fertilized eggs, right? That you're going to get.
Yep.
They also have the hens that just lay eggs without a rooster around, and those
Correct.
are unfertilized. So, to my understanding, they don't really have a whole chicken in there, right?
Yeah,
It's,
no.
I mean, it's just a cell.
It's the beginning of it,
it's
yeah.
the beginning, exactly. So, it's
Beginning
not
of it.
fertilized. So, I think
Yeah,
she
but-
heard about eating a whole.
Yes, but the fact that whether it's fertilized or unfertilized, it doesn't mean that it has bad cholesterol or good cholesterol. What made it good or bad cholesterol is precisely what the chicken ate. That's it. Okay, now, because this is let me tell you one thing. Let me tell everybody one thing. Wherever men put their finger on it, they mess things up. God made things perfect. Okay? So, with having this said, let's look at things the most simplest way to eat things. That's God's way. Period. Okay? You have a question, ma'am. Pasteurized? Well, pasteurized, what I'm understanding, based on what you're saying, maybe that they allow them to be out in the... Okay, well, that means that they have been they've gone through pasteurization. If I'm not mistaken, Rebecca, pasteurizado significa que han sido.
So all eggs have to, sold in the supermarkets, they are pasteurized. That means that they bring the eggs to a very high temperature for a short time to kill salmonella. So it's more like a food safety issue than a nutritional thing. So it's not going to affect the nutrition a lot value. It is just to kill any bacteria that might be living there.
She's a professor of nutrition, master's, so she knows. It's an option. Yes, you can do. Yes, of course. That's not bad. All right. Question? Yes. What the chicken eats. So some chickens you see that is like very dull color. It doesn't have any color to it. But if you see that the chicken has been like roaming chicken, the color is more bright and it's got more color to it, and actually the taste is even better. Well, if you go to the supermarket and you see free range chickens, those are the best. Yeah. Okay. Yep. All right. Okay. Let's continue now. I think I came to the end of this part here. Sí, yo voy a hablar de eso ahora. Déjame un segundo. Eso sería para la receta que yo voy a hablar después ahora de la recetita. All right. This is part of my staff at the clinic. Part of it's half of it. I would like you guys, if some of you guys could help me with giving me a good 5 stars for my clinic. I would love that. So if you guys can go to Google and help me with that, that helps me a great deal. You have no idea how much that helps me. If you guys like the way I talked, I mean, I'm halfway through my class today. I'm gonna go into working with headaches now, neck pain, low back pain. We're gonna talk a lot about some of these plants that I got outside or around the area, and other ones that you guys can go and get out there, and some of the tricks that I use at the clinic to work with inflammation, shoulder inflammation, knee inflammation, elbow inflammation, any kind of inflammation. Easy peasy little tricks. But let me tell you something. When I was in school, chiropractic school, as I told you guys, the only difference between chiropractor and medical doctor is the fact that we use nutrition, okay? And we treat mostly with adjustments, like all chiropractors. But we don't learn about natural medicine per se, actually. So I had to learn more about natural medicine as I went along. My dad is a pastor, and he used to do a lot of seminars with my mom, and they had even a TV show. For 5 years, they ran a TV show, and part of that show, they did it using these books, okay? And the TV station that they worked in was not Seventh-day Adventist TV station. I've been doing this for the conference for about 15 years now, and let me tell you, as a conference, we've been to, listen to this, Catholic Church. We've been to Baptist Church. We've been to Presbyterian churches. We've been to radio. We've been to so many places that we've been as a Seventh-day Adventist conference. But all of these churches, they have received us with wide open arms. But let me tell you one thing. This message is ours. This is our message. And I'm going to encourage you guys as much and plead with you. This message, keep giving it. Don't stop. Don't stop. Okay? Now, I learned about these natural medicine and plants using these books. Pastor and Nelmi are going to come around. Those of you guys that are interested in about these books, they're going to come around. Put your hands up. If you guys are interested in some of these books, if you guys don't have them, you should have them at your home. Okay? They're really easy to read, easy to get. I'm going to encourage you to please get these books. They're absolutely amazing. You have a question for me? Come on. I do online. Yes, we do. We're starting doing after COVID. We do. Yes, we do. All right. I'm going to. Oh, gracias. I'm going to now. I need somebody to help me up here. I need one of the kids. Can you help me out here? Come back here with me. All right. So, what's your name?
DeAndre.
What?
DeAndre.
DeAndre. DeAndre is, how old are you?
13.
DeAndre is 13 years old, and DeAndre is having severe headaches and migraine headaches. You're having severe migraine headaches? Say ow.
Ow.
See, having a lot of headaches as he's having. And so we're going to help him with that at this time. DeAndre came to me because he's having all these pains and aches in his head and neck. See how he's doing? So I'm going to help him with that right now, okay? So DeAndre, I'm going to have DeAndre, so you guys can see, I'm going to have DeAndre lie down here with his head this way, facing up, okay? All right, so we're going to work with DeAndre. Since he's having a lot of headaches, a lot of neck pain, we're going to help him with that. And I found out that he's got a pinched nerve in his neck. Okay? And pinched nerves hurt a lot. Okay? So, now, I'm going to put this around his neck like this, okay? But watch carefully what I'm going to do once I start pulling on his neck. I can pull hard and fast out, but when I let go, I got to let go really slow and easy, okay? And I'll tell you why now. Watch this. Do you have life insurance? All right. He said no. All right. So you're going to grab the pillow. No, not you, me. So let's say you're at home with your husband or your wife, and one of you guys have neck pain, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to grab the towel. You're going to grab the towel from the tip, okay? And you're going to start pulling up a little bit. See, I'm taking the little bit of the gravity off of the neck, okay? But now, I don't only want to hold it there because once you start pulling, it's going to come right off. So to avoid that, you just grab it there and just grab right here too as well, and now you start pulling out. See, I'm almost pulling him off of the, see what I'm saying? Now, you can pull him out. You can slide down a little bit. Okay. So, now, you're going to pull while holding that in there. You're going to count to 10 while you're doing this. Watch this. So you're going to start pulling and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now watch. I'm going to start letting go little by little. Because when you let go, it hurts more letting go than pulling, because when you're pulling, they're going to tell you, oh, it feels nice, it feels great. But once you let go, it hurts again. Ow, 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 ow. Okay? So you're going to repeat that 2 or 3 times. And you're going to do that 2 or 3 times per day as well. Now, another thing I'm going to advise you guys, if you guys have been fighting or something at home, don't do this, because you're going to rip your head off. So make sure you guys are not fighting that day, because otherwise you're going to feel better now. So, okay, get up. All right. Okay, come over here. So how do you feel now?
Better.
Yeah, no pain now?
No pain.
See that? It works. Thank you. So, all right. I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to use that chair back there. Okay. Low back pain that has been going down the leg, that means that is sciatica. Oh, I see that so many times at the clinic, it's not even funny. And this is how you treat it. Watch this. You're going to sit in a chair, okay? You're going to cross your legs like this. But watch this closely. You're going to sit at the tip of the chair. You're going to push down on your knee. You're going to torque, or you're going to twist towards the knee. You're going to bend down towards the knee and look up. Oof, I can already feel it there. And you guys will feel that right in the buttocks area. You will feel that pulling like crazy. And then you're going to hold it there again for 10 seconds, just the same way I did with the neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Once you're done, you're going to switch sides, and you're going to do it on the other side as well. You're going to push down, not forward, towards the knee, push down, and look up. Oof, I can already feel it there. You guys can try it right there while you guys are sitting. You can just feel it there. What is that doing? That is pulling your piriformis muscle. Underneath the piriformis muscle, the sciatic nerve goes through it. And what you're doing is you're stretching that piriformis muscles. Therefore, you are allowing the sciatic nerve to flow through it much easier. But remember, once you're sitting, you have to bend towards the knee, push down, look up. That'll keep your back straight. And you're going to feel that pain right in the buttocks area. I had a buddy of mine, a friend of mine. He calls me from Houston. He had a trip out there in Houston. He said, Lester, my sciatica is really bad. I'm thinking I have to go to the hospital. Do you know any chiropractor out here? I don't. And I told him to do this very same exercise or stretch. He did it once per hour for about 4 hours. By the time he came back, he didn't even have to come see me at all. So it works very nice. Another trick that I have at the clinic is using flax seed. What do you guys use flax seed for? What? drinking, smoothies, adding to yogurt and other things, right? I don't. I use it for poultice. You guys know what a poultice is? Okay. So I add equal parts of water to flaxseed in a pot. You bring it to a boil. As soon as it boils, it'll boil really quick. Turn it off. Allow it to simmer a little bit, and it creates a paste. That paste, you put it on wherever it is. You have pain gone. I can do this like, what is it? Drop the mic. I'm done. That's awesome. It's amazing. It's such easy tricks. Absolutely amazing. Flaxseed is highly anti-inflammatory. No lo busqué. Búscamelo. Dámelo acá. Lo tienes ahí. She's got it there. And I learned that from this too. Oh, right, there it is. Flaxseed poultice. Do you guys like cassava? Yes, I love cassava. Yuca. Yuca. Yeah. Listen, when I was in school, I went from sitting down for almost 2 or 3 years to then the last year doing my internship of walking a lot. I developed a lot of knee pain. And what I did for that knee pain that I had, I ate cassava for 2 weeks straight, pain gone. Done. Done. There, yeah, yes, cooked. Yeah, done. Yeah, well cooked. Let thy food be thy medicine, and let thy medicine be your food. That's it. Simple as that. Oh. Yes. Okay, sure. Have you guys seen this? Shrub palmetto, salt palmetto? You know what this is good for? No? Right here? Prostate cancer. Inflammation. Right here. And you guys have this all over the place around here. This is worth a lot of money. This is worth, people pay a lot of money for this. Okay? And the thing is that it's so simple to use. And people can just make tea out of this and take it. And actually, this is good for women's and men's libido. Now you're going to use it, right? Fields are going to be empty now here. Saw palmetto. The what? Yes, the fruit. The fruit. The coconut. You ready? Yes. You can do it both ways. You can grind it or you can use it whole seed. I show it whole seed so it makes it easier because people, it's easier for people. Now, if you pulverize it, you got to use it quicker. Okay? They're going to take a break. They're going to do something here. Who's going to? ¿Quién va a hacer eso? ¿Quién va a hacer el cuidado de la ofrenda? Okay. All right. Entonces, ¿tú lo tienes ahí? Dame ver eso. One interesting thing that I saw out there It's rosemary, and you guys have a lot of rosemary out there, and it's all wild. It's a blessing you guys have that out there. Wild rosemary. It is highly anti-inflammatory also, and a lot of people even use it as to do baths with this. Add rosemary to it. I don't know if you guys know that Epsom salt. It's really, really good to help decrease inflammation as well. I use that at the clinic, at our clinic as well. I tell people to use Epsom salt, and some Epsom salt already contains and has rosemary in it because it helps with inflammation. Okay, and you guys have, we have here the wonderful fact that it's wild here. I'll go ahead and yes.
Happy Sabbath, Church. Right now, we're just going to pause for a few moments to collect that offering we had requested earlier to go towards the health department. So let us sing Give It With Love. Yes. No. All right, on 1, 2, 3. Give it with love, store it above. Give it with a willing heart. Give it with love, store it above. Give it with a willing heart. Give it with love.
Okay, so one thing that I want to talk to you guys about is pine. Pine alleviates bronchitis and rheumatism. Okay, now, one thing, interesting thing that we used to do at home, and we still do it every now and then, is a home sauna. How did we do a sauna at home? Very simple, very easy. I'm going to show you guys right now. And one thing that pine contains is also, oh, you guys could put right over there. Him over there, not here.
Heavenly Father, we come before your presence to give thanks and praise unto your holy name. We ask for the blessing upon this offering and further to do what you have to do, Father. Bless each and every one around here. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. What we used to do, we used to grab pine needles. We put it into an electric pot, okay? And then we brought a chair inside the bathroom with the electric pot. We put the electric pot under the chair, but please make sure that the chair is not metal like this one. Okay? Because it'll burn your buttocks. So you put the pine needles in there, and then you sit on the wooden chair. And what you do is you cover yourself from the bottom all the way around to the neck, and you sit there for about 5-10 minutes. And then once you're done, you take that off and you put cold water on you, okay, for about a minute. And then you dry up just a little bit, and you sit down and you do the same thing all over again. You repeat it 5 times. What does that help for? Anybody? What? It stimulates your immune system. That's correct. So it's been found. So those people that have pneumonia, absolutely amazing. Let me tell you one thing. I want to tell you guys a story. My brother was just about 6 years old. When he was 6 years old, he started having problems breathing. He started having fever, and they took him to the hospital, and they found that he had a double pneumonia, inflamed liver, and a bowel obstruction that he had. 6 years old. And they wanted to pump him with a bunch of antibiotics and leave him there for about 2 weeks at the hospital. And my dad said, no, can do. We're not going to do this. So then my parents decided to take my brother to Wildwood Institute. Do you guys know Wildwood? Okay. So I don't know if you guys know or not, but Wildwood is the only accredited hospital in the United States that is licensed as a hospital but is able to do natural medicine. Okay? So he got there on a Sunday, okay, to Wildwood, and next day they started working with him. He got there Sunday night. Next day, they started working with him, and they found that the bowel obstruction that he had, with an enema, they took it away. Instant. Done. And then he had a fever. And then he started working with the fever and the pneumonia. What they did is they put hot and cold on the chest, hot in the back, hot on the feet, cold on the head. And then they would do hot and cold baths with him. Okay? They did all of this and repeated this and other hydrotherapies that they did on him for 2 days. Come Wednesday, doctor comes to my dad and tells him, your son is healed, he can go home. 3 days. Now, let me tell you something. Normal average medicine on a child, if you did that nowadays, they would say that that's child abuse. Okay? But pneumonia is something tricky to work with. You have to treat pneumonia with traditional medicine if you're going to treat it, and natural medicine. You got to use both. Because the problem with pneumonia is that you have some lingering or bacterial that will stay there. And there's no other way other than natural medicine to remove it completely and entirely. Okay, so if you want to finish it out, you have to use natural medicine along with the traditional medicine. Okay? So I don't have, I agree with traditional medicine. I agree that traditional medicine has its place and its time. but you don't have to always use it. And natural medicine, you can use it, but it's got its time and its place as well. Okay? So, one way to avoid certain things, obviously, is using all of these natural remedies that we just spoke about here, but it doesn't take away the place of traditional medicine that we might sometimes need. My clinic, the clinic that I have a medical doctor in my clinic. Okay, this medical doctor wrote a book on natural medicine as well, Dr. Nelson. And we have a nurse practitioner there as well. We have a massage therapist. I've got a laboratory. We've got imaging also there. We do a variety of different things that we do, but our main way of working, natural medicine first. Okay? So, one thing that I want to stress to you guys here is you guys have a lot of people that are very knowledgeable. This is a light that has been given to us as a Seventh-day Adventist church. Let's not lose this light. Okay? I would highly encourage you guys to also open your doors up for the community. Not only to us. Let's not just keep this to ourselves. Let's do this for the community out there. They're the ones that are going to be the most useful. They're going to use this the most. And they're going to be surprised when you guys tell them that, you can help treat, bowel problems with simply changing the way of their diets. So simple. Things are so simple, yet so powerful. Okay? So I would like to stress that today here, to work together and open your church to the community from a health standpoint. You guys know that the health message is the right hand of the gospel. Okay? So I want Pastor Tim Merriman to finish up here with a couple of words. And I want to thank you guys for opening up your church over to me. Thank you very much.
You've been a great, great group, great church. And we're so glad that you're here. We're here. We want to thank Sister Kendra. I don't see her right now, but I know she's here somewhere. Sister Kendra, are you here? Oh, she's outside anyway. But we want to thank her for the invitation, of us being here. And I'm glad for your attention. And I hope, how many of you, did you enjoy this seminar today? Yes, good. Wonderful, wonderful. And can we come back another day? Yes, okay, good. Anyway, now I'd just like to make a quick announcement that these books that we're talking about, the foods and their healing power and also the medicinal plants, they are available to you for sale, of course. Now, today's a Sabbath and we're not going to deal with the money part today. However, if any of you are interested in these books, you can get them, take them with you today, and you can send the payment in tomorrow. Okay? We take Zelle and or credit card over the phone. We can do all of that. So fill out the cards that you just had there, and we'll collect them. Nelman will collect them from you, and so that we can have them, so you can have the books today if you want to take them, or we can see you at another date whenever you're ready for it. But the books are available today. It's just that we're not doing any business money transactions today still until after sunset, of course. Okay? So those of you who have cards ready, I would like to turn them in and get the books today. Let me just see your hands real quick. Any hands? Okay. Nobody? Okay. All right. The books that are available, though, and if you would like to get them still, and you have your cards, and if it's not for today, let us get the cards back from you, please, so we can have them, so we can call you at a later date or whenever it is convenient to you. Okay? So can we get the cards back? Those of you, or if you need a pen to fill them out still, we can do that now as well. Anybody need to pick up, get a card from me? We already have a few cards already. But those of you who have not yet turned in your card, oh, here's one. Yes. Anyone else? Okay. Oh, another one. Yes, sir. Yes, it's right out there. We'll let you. There, we have, yeah, you're right out there. Yeah, sure. They'll call you. Yes. So you don't need them then? Well, okay, you don't need to put a card. No, we don't have this anymore. Yeah. Well, don't, yes, 5. Well, don't worry with it. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. Yes, you're good. Thank you. Good. One more card here. We're going to be here for a while. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. Good. Sister Kendra, you want to say something else before we close? Yes. Yes. I'll let you know. Very affordable. Thank you. Good. Sister Kendra had something she wanted to share with us, so let's just wait for her a minute, and then when she comes back in, we'll pray and we can be dismissed. She's coming. Unfortunately, I didn't get to meet your pastor. Oh, another card here? Yes.
I hope you guys enjoyed the time we had here today. Look, there is so much more that we could probably talk with regards to hydrotherapy and other poultices we can do, some other recipes that I've got. Like, for instance, sesame seed oil is absolutely amazing to increase platelet levels. I've got some other recipes to help increase the amount of hemoglobin levels in the blood. Simple stuff, simple things. Now, let me tell you, these are all things that you guys will and can learn little by little with all of these books. What I'm going to recommend is for you guys to get together with the health director and organize a health fair. Organize a nice health fair for the public, for the community. Do that. You guys don't know it, but you guys are amazing already with regards to the knowledge you already have regarding foods and how to cook them and how to prepare them, because I ate a wonderful lunch today. It was absolutely amazing. And all of these things that are just normal and natural to you guys, out there, they ignore all of these things. They don't know any of this. So please open your church to the community. Okay?
Thank you, Lester. I'd like to reemphasize again. We take what we know here, and every one of you here, all of us here, we are so familiar with good, healthy living, healthy meals, etc. You'd be surprised and amazed how little people out on the outside know about what you know. They don't even know half of what you know. And when we present these things to them, these books, etc., to them, they are surprised and shocked. They never knew these things existed and everything like that. So share with them, and you'll be surprised to see the reaction and the response, and you'll get from them, from you sharing with them about these books and of what we know. We have a unique message, and it's something that we should share with everyone so that people can know more how to take care of their bodies, because when you know how to take care of your body, a healthy body is a better serving body to the Lord. Okay? Let us bow our heads for prayer. I know the deacons, or not deacons, the head elders, you also have a Bible study coming up pretty soon. So after we pray, those of you who need to see us out front, we'll be there with the books. Okay? Let us pray. Let's stand, please. Our Heavenly Father, we are so thankful for this day, thankful for the opportunity that we had to share today about the health message. Lord, I just pray that these books and this message and the information that we got today will be a blessing to all concerned, not only to us here, but to be able to share it with others as well, so they can come to know this wonderful news that we have, this wonderful message that we have, which will help people to take better care of their bodies and in so doing be of better service to you. Continue to bless this church, bless every individual member, and may this church continue to serve as a lighthouse which will be pointing others to Jesus. Hear us to this end, we pray. Amen.